So, Dorkong, I'm going to come back to you right now. And first of all, I think I forgot to say congratulations on your achievement with FemPawa. Like I said, I've looked through, and it's amazing work that you have done. Empowering over 1,000 girls is not a small thing. In fact, your shoulder pad should be very high by now. So I would want to ask, what is one challenge that has hindered the expansion of your initiative, and what can help you overcome this?
Okay, so I would want to just start off by applauding the Smile Outreach Foundation for your pad stations. In fact, I think I saw a photo of what it looked like, and I was I was really excited about it. It looked new. It looked very interesting. And after this conversation, hopefully I'll learn more about it and how it works.
Thank you.
So well done, the Smile Outreach Foundation.
Thank you so much.
And then I also realized that indeed I did not touch on the second part of the question that you asked initially, but I was able to really answer a lot of things that I would have said. But one thing I would want to just quickly add to that before I answer your question is teaching girls how to make reusable pads. That's something at FemPawa that we do a whole lot. We always, in fact, I think in this outreach this year, 28th May, which was World Menstrual Hygiene Day, was the day that we actually took it very seriously and decided to make that our major goal, to teach girls how to use reusable pads, especially now that inflation is just crazy and pads are very, very expensive, and not just how to make the pads, but how to maintain them. All right, and now to your question about the challenges that we face. Well, a lot, but since you said I should mention one, let me see how I can collapse two into one.
Okay.
So first, that belief, only few people truly believe the gravity of period poverty. It's a huge challenge trying to convince these people, or people in general, to understand that, hey, period poverty is a real thing. Girls keep schools because they cannot afford pads. That is a big deal. Why should a girl every month miss at least 5 days, 3 to 5 days, because she cannot afford menstrual pads? By the time you accumulate that, the whole term, you notice that she has missed a substantial amount of days from class. I've even heard of a story of a girl who missed, was it her WAEC or JAM now, one of those very important exams, because she could not afford a sanitary pad. So getting people to truly believe the goal and the issue is a problem. And then the issue of sustainability now, that too, it's a bit challenging. And that was why we decided to infuse reusable pads. So as we go on outreaches, we're explaining what's going on. We try to also ensure that we're teaching girls how to make reusable pads just in case they cannot. And these are very healthy. These are very okay. We've done our research. We've spoken to medical practitioners, and they have given us a thumbs up that yes, reusable pads are very safe and okay. It's just how to manage them that may become a problem. So, and then the funds required to provide all of these now are a challenge that we are facing, and we are positive we will eventually overcome. Yeah. Thank you, Ella.
Thank you. Yeah, funding is an absolute huge issue for a lot of organizations and founders that, want to do great in the world. But we're hoping that soon, in the nearest future, some of these issues will be able to get, adequate funding to make impact in Africa. So I know we have spent some time here. Please bear with us. We're almost done. I just have, I think, one more question for Bidemi and Ayobami, and then I'll be getting a final statement and we'll call it a night. So Ayobami, I would like to ask you about the, programs that you've been implementing. So the Girls Pride initiatives has implemented numerous programs, focusing on leadership development and sustainable practices. So can you highlight a specific program that has significantly advance gender equity in your region? And please share with us one major outcome of this program. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So for that, I'm going to be speaking on the project. We started the project last year, and we're still running the project. So we are doing this project in partnership with Let the Girls Speak Liberia. So we are running it here in Nigeria, and we're running it over there in Liberia. So the project is actually targeting in school teenage boys. So as a means of actually sustainable practices, like you mentioned now. So how did we come about it? Is we looked at it that, of course, we run a lot of projects that has to do with gender-based violence, empowering girls, women against gender-based violence. But I feel like if you are coming to empower me against GBV, that means you are telling me that there is a possibility that I face something like this. You're telling me that, okay, this is how to prevent rape, or this is what you should do in case of rape. That means you're telling me that there's a possibility I get raped. So that's how I actually view it. So I feel like beyond we educating girls, women on actions to take in cases of GBV or how to prevent GBV, then there's a need for us to, if we want to really address this problem to the roots, then let's go to the perpetrators, because of course we know that women experience violence, the men too are also experiencing their own, but the data has shown that women are more, they are at the receiving end. The percentage of women being violated is kind of more than men. So this is why we're actually targeting in school teenage boys. And since last year that we've been doing this project, it's been amazing for us, especially understanding that we are reaching out to teenage boys in secondary schools. We are leveraging on secondary schools as a means of reaching out to those teenage boys. And we are doing this project in a kind of way that we give room for open discussion. And during our open discussion, you need to hear the mindset of some of these young boys, even at age 10, 11. So it's actually a platform for us to correct this. We help them to see the forms of violence. We help them to see violence, that violence is not just you raising your hand, beating a woman. There are different forms of violence. These are the policies against it. This is what happened when you do it. So we try to do that a lot after we've actually gotten their own perspective about it. So severally during our project, we've seen boys saying that, I remember we asking one of them that, do you think it's right for your dad to beat your mom? And one boy was like, that women, their mouth is very sharp. So one of the ways you should be able to correct your woman is by beating her. And the boy was like, that's what his dad always do at home. So when I looked at this boy, I asked for his age. He said it was 10 years then. That was last year. So first of all, I believe that whatever he was sharing with us there, he didn't get it from any movie. It's not from any movie. It must have been something happening around him. So when he shared that, so can we imagine the number of young boys we are raising that already have that kind of mindset? So, and the more NGOs, the more different organizations are embarking on projects that has to do with addressing GBV, the more it's increasing. So that means there's a need for us to just sit down and look at what actually is the problem. So if we have a greater percentage of boys growing up now, and let's say 70% already believe that there's nothing wrong when you beat a woman, when you sexually assault a woman or something. Imagine the percentage of record of violence that we'll be having in the nearest future. So we embarked on this E for She project, to promote gender equity. So as much as we are helping them to see that, oh, this is what you should do, this is what you should not do, this is what is right, this is what is not right, we're also helping them to see the fact that even though they are also boys or they are men, that they too, when they are going through issues like this, they should feel free to speak out, they should feel free to speak up. So E for She project has been an amazing one. Last year, we were able to implement this project across 5 states. That's Oyo State, Ondo, Ekiti, Osun State, and Lagos. So, and this year we've started the project since January. Also over there in Liberia, our partners too have been able to reach out to different communities in Liberia and altogether last year we were able to reach out to 5,000 boys in different secondary schools with the message of gender-based violence, helping them, catching them young, re-engineering their mindsets about this. And we're still going to do more. Even as we are empowering our girls, we're empowering women, we should also put in sustainable measures to, prevent these issues in our society. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ayobami. It's really shocking to hear that a 10-year-old would have that kind of mindset, about women. And these are the issues, ladies. These are the issues that we talk about and we are standing up against. And it's actually a great approach, having to talk to the men and catch them young, re-engineer their minds, like you said. Well done on the great work that you're doing.
Thank you.
And so finally, Bidemi, I'm going to come back to you with the last question. The Smile Outreach has other initiatives that have been, set in place to address gender issues and work with adolescents in the country. And, because this is our very major focus, I know we have the Hand to Mind project, the Good Cycle project, and some other projects. But please share with us about the Hand to Mind project and why it's a game changer for you and the team in fighting gender inequality.
Hi, Ella.
Hi.
So, I will answer this question, but I have like three things on my mind based on the incredible things I'm hearing. So, one is it's a question, it's a request, it's informal, but we'll definitely do the whole emailing thing. Ayo is here, thankfully, so she's taking notes.
Okay.
First is this is to Ayobami. Is there a possibility that when we are able and in subsequent outreaches, especially for the western part of the country, that we can include bits of the cycle of confidence in our outreaches? This is because we've developed a 1-year facilitation guide for our delegates. We call the Good Circle volunteers delegates, the ones that go monthly to these spaces. But in as much as we have a 1-year facilitation guide, it allows for external resources, it allows for external persons to come contribute. So this is my one ask, Ayo. We'll be sliding into your DMs basically. Then the second one is thank you. The second one is to Dorkong. I think I speak for the Smile Outreach and also the Northern Nigeria partner, who is also amazing, that we're very much interested in FemPawa's expertise on reusable pads, and hopefully we can band together with Fab Treasure. Fab Treasure is the official partner for the Good Circle in Northern Nigeria, to possibly launch a pad station that really would teach these women sustenance through other alternative products, which is what you focused on, right? Reusable pads. So this is my second ask.
Yeah, great.
Love it. Love it. That's why we're here.
We'll still do the official thing and reach out to you, but just coming to me. Yes.
All right.
Then
No
the
problem.
third one, thank you so much, Doctor. The third one is, can we explore a coalition? Us coming together as one body? Because when Ella asks challenges, I'm like, do you want me to list? I have a list in case somebody wakes me up at night and say, we want to help you.
That's why I ain't gonna ask you that question.
I have a list of things you can do. I will have a presentation for it dedicated to what you can do So is it possible to come together as a coalition? A coalition does not have to be registered. It just means different entities coming together to serve or for one purpose, which is what we're here for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something we can explore? And this helps. Oh yes, love it. So these are my 3 requests. And Ella, what's that question again?
Yes.
About the project.
About the Hand to Mind project.
Right. So for Hand to Mind, and meanwhile, because I could ask for these things because I'm hearing what everyone is doing. So I'm still waiting to hear some more things. So on Hand to Mind, Funny enough, the Good Circle is a subsidiary of Hand to Mind. So Hand to Mind is like the overarching project. I don't know if that English is correct. It's like the mother project, and then Good Circle is a subsidiary of it. So Hand to Mind itself embodies what we do at Smile Outreach, right? Personally, I believe that the society we see today, Aya just told us the story of a 10-year-old boy. It is shaped by how we were brought up from a young age, whether it is parental, educational, the environment. Things shape us. And that's why I'm very passionate about addressing issues early on, before they become issues, before they become projects. Let's address these symptoms. So we focus on adolescents. We focus on women, we do gender balance. That is us ensuring boys and girls are present. But really, we are about the young people. So we realized that gathering children and trying to talk to them like it's a conference will not work. So what we've done is we create kits in the form of flashcards, comics, animations that still teaches what we want them to learn. So it's fun, it's innovative, it's playful, but it is still comprehensive. And then our volunteers and facilitators are equipped with courses and workshops and training guides for them to, I believe so much in systems and structures, basically. So we also need to ensure that our volunteers are not adding to the problem. They understand the language, they understand the minds of these children, and they are going down to their level when they are reaching out to them. So it's really important that we do serious vetting, and that comes with a lot of us, with a lot of co-creation, with a lot of materials that we literally have to, they're sort of homegrown. I think that's the word I would use. At the moment, we are focused on 4 major themes, and this gathering here feels like the universe is telling me something. We are focused on sexual grooming, we are focused on period poverty, we are focused on child marriage and female genital mutilation. So already we are handling the first two, and the reason we are handling the first two is because we did a needs assessment, and these first two came top. That's why. So I think I'm just going to stop here and just say the world should just look out for the rest of the projects that comes under the Hand to Mind project, of which the Good Circle project that I just talked about is part of.
Thank you so much. Amazing. And Dorkong, I remember that, or I forgot that I didn't get to ask about some of the other initiatives or programs or projects that um, FemPawa is actually championing. So, in 1 minute, do you mind sharing with us some of these initiatives that are, tackling gender inequality in Nigeria?
Okay, so Ayobami actually touched a lot on some of the things that we're doing, and that's why I decided to just quickly put the part of reusable parts that she did not really mention. But that aspect of speaking to boys, including boys in these conversations, yes, we do that a lot in each of our outreaches, encouraging men to just join in that conversation in order to reduce the already circulating stigma around it. Because if we're not including the men in the conversations, what's the point? And then also speaking to young girls in preparation for their menstruating years, girls who are yet to start menstruating. We just prepare the younger generation of well-informed menstruators. And then sharing dangers. Now, this is something that we always infuse in our outreaches, right? So we just ensure that we share dangers of poor menstrual hygiene practices, which in turn encourages communities to pay attention to their women and provide the necessary supports that they need during their menses. And another would be, okay, yeah, so I mentioned that already. Then influencing community or encouraging proper menstrual hygiene practices, including proper disposal of reusable what do you call the parts that they don't reuse now? Disposable parts.
Disposable.
Thank you. So, and a lot of times people do not actually talk about how these parts should be properly disposed. So these are just conversations we always infuse in each of our outreaches and make sure that it's very wholesome at the end of the day. So I actually did touch a lot of things. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm glad we're all having this conversation here and already fostering, collaborations and that coalition. I remember when Bidemi and I were talking about a coalition, and I can't believe that this meeting is bringing it to life somehow, some way. And so, finally, from all of our panelists, I would just want to get one final statement for our listeners and anyone that might be interested in the work that you do. How can they partner with you? Bidemi has, made her ask. I don't know if you have your own ask, Ayobami or Dorkong, or anyone who is, listening. If you could just let them know how they can reach out or partner with you, how they can support the work that you do. Ayobami, please go first. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So first of all, you can support me with money. So
Yes, please. We need the money to make more impact.
oh, all right. So of course, I believe so much in collaborations. I believe so much in partnerships, and like I will always tell my teammates that it's not actually about who does the work. It's about the work getting done. So that's actually my belief. So I would say I'm open to partnerships and collaborations, and the coalition as suggested would be a very nice thing, and it will be a platform to learn from one another, and even as we work towards scaling up our impact. So you can always reach out to me, LinkedIn, Twitter, my email, or via WhatsApp. I will respond to a message. So last month I was opportune to have a program with Ayobamikale for the first time, and it was very, very amazing. We connected on Instagram and it went well. So we should always look out for people working in the same space as we do and try to do things together. So I'm open to partnership and collaboration. So thank you very much once again.
Thank you so much. Yes, Doc, on your own pitching or
So
telling us
Ayobami, I
how
think you
people
should.
can support you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ayobami, I think you should have said we, because at this point, I think we can all relate. So yes to partnership, yes to collaborations, yes to crowdfunding in addition to whatever means and whatever sources of funding that we get. And I can be reached on email, WhatsApp, on social media, all the social media platforms. Personally, is that I am Dorkon across all social media platforms. Even my email is iamdorkon@gmail.com. So Dorkon is spelled. Oh, okay. There's no point spelling it because it's right there on the screen. I'm so used to spelling it on radio, and here I am about to spell it here. Okay, so for FemPawa, it's fempawaafrica@gmail.com. Yes, so I'm very, very open to collabs, and thank you, Bidemi, for already setting the pace for these collaborations. I'm really excited about the things we are going to do. So, yep, looking forward to all of those.
Alrighty. Bidemi, you've already made your ask. Should I still give you 30 seconds to make a final statement, please? Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Today's topic is tackling gender issues in Nigeria, and I love the fact that we just went straight to what exactly are we doing, because we did not just recycle what everyone does at events, sharing head knowledge and all that. We just went straight to the good work that we are all doing, how we are doing it in our own spaces, and now it's leading to actual action, which is what I'm about. So spaces like this, where we come together, it gives voice and faces to what we do. We share learnings. We own our challenges. Right here and here, we are already saying money is a problem. And it is clear that it is something we all are facing. And this is a huge step forward. The fact that we've identified this, we are ready to come together to fight this, to amplify our efforts and inspire others to join. I love it. I love that we saw a need and we took action. I love that Ayo is doing amazing. I am seriously, amazed by what Ayo is doing. Some of our actions are similar, some are different, but we took action, basically. I hope that, we have a replay of this somewhere, and if someone is liking and loving how we are all saying these things, I think the one thing I would say is, if you are looking for fame, for recognition, for applause, for validation, whoever that would listen to this again, you might not find fulfillment in this work, because It's not easy. There are a million people doing great things, and some of them are popular and well known. The rest of us are just going out in the fields, having our 9 to 5 jobs and other commitments to sustain ourselves. But the fight for a just and fair world is what keeps us going, and that's fine by us. We don't care whose face is same. We don't care about that. We just want to see the change, and I see that in my co-speakers right here, and that is just beautiful to see. I'm having goosebumps, and that to me is true advocacy. Having to do this thing. The global change we want, it's only achievable when there's like a million little changes happening everywhere. I'm in the north. Aya is in the west, and she's doing amazing. I'm doing the little I can. Topaz is doing the little she can. If everyone is doing the little they can, the way we are doing it, I think we will have the world we want to see. Truly.
Truly, truly, we will. Thank you so much, Bidemi. Thank you so much, Dorkong. Thank you so much, Ayobami. It was really nice having you all here. And to our listeners, Ayomiposi, Yaji Gloria, I see AOBs, Flaming Eyes. Thank you so much for joining us here. I think Flaming Eyes just came on board as a speaker. Is there something you would like to share with us, Flaming Eyes, in 30 seconds?
Okay, hi. Good evening, yeah.
Hi, good evening.
So the name is Jemima. Okay, first of all, I would like to say, I've heard and I've seen the work that you guys are doing, and I believe that, okay, it's quite commendable. I'll say well
Thank you.
done to you guys.
Thank you.
There's something that I have been looking at that I don't know, I've been considering. I think I started mentioning it to Dorkong at some point. So I see with the whole issue of gender equality and all, major problems that I have noticed is teaching the children and trying to change their own mindset is one aspect of it. But then the parents are a problem, because most of the parents are coming from, would I say, a generation that got used to being suppressed. So you find where you are teaching the child one thing, but the child is going back home and being told every day that suppression is normal and that's how it should be. Or that's how marriage is, that's how this religion coming into play and all of that. So I have been thinking of the best approach or the best thing to do to apply in Nigeria when it comes to desensitizing the adult women, mothers of young children, on the whole concept of being second class, being suppressed, being on the downside of things that they have been conditioned to see as normal. That's one. And then two, I have a particular worry when it comes to sexual health screening, because most adult women end up dealing with a lot of things, pelvic cancer, breast cancer, because the culture of getting screening is not there, and even people that are aware cannot afford it. So one of the things that I intend to work on is trying to find, would I say, subsidized sexual health screening for women, maybe from a certain age. And also, I would appreciate if maybe any of you has ideas or has thought of it before and is looking for collaboration, or is already working on something related to that or whatever. If you could maybe reach out to me, send a DM or something, I would really appreciate it, to rub minds and see the best approach for this. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Bidemi, Dorkong, Ayobami, do you ladies have anything to say to speak to what she just shared?
Oh, well, Jemima, you're right about having that conversation with me. And yes, I'm definitely going to come back to that, your DM. And it seems after this, there's going to be a lot of sliding into DM. So
Yeah.
yeah, just get ready for that. And thank you so much for joining this conversation, Mima.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. I believe everyone will be able to slide into your DM after this if they have ideas and ways in which they could contribute to the solutions you're offering. So for everyone to follow us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and here on Twitter. And we share a lot of educational resources, information, and we do a lot of advocacy around menstrual hygiene, cross-generational sex, and adolescent health. Thank you so much for keeping with us, staying with us till the end of this X Space. And I really appreciate your time, Dorkong, Ayobami, and Bidemi. It was really nice having you here. We look forward to working with your organizations and making so much impact in Nigeria. Thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend. Bye, ladies.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Voices Against Violence. We hope you found today's conversation insightful and thought-provoking. If you'd like to learn more, partner with us, or have any inquiries, feel free to reach out to us at partnership@thesmileoutreach.africa or call +234 81 134 871 51. Until next time, keep advocating, keep raising your voice, and keep making a difference. Bye.